All right, good morning. Welcome to Friday. This is the morning show where we show up and get the day started. We're glad that you're with us wherever you're watching, whether you're live with us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Of course, we got TikTok on our left. Good morning, TikTok. And we've also got a Zoom panel in the house. And matter of fact, Martinez just got here. Glad he's here with us this morning. Also, obviously glad to have my wife, Brittany, here. Sup, I'm glad I'm here too.
I have had about 2 sups.
2 sups, that's it.
I will be more alert.
Is it the end of the week, Brittany? Is it nearing the end?
Hello? It is Friday.
What's up? Sorry, Martinez, I thought I was unmuted and I was not. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh.
Now we can't. Oh, you're muted now.
We're playing the mute game.
Oh,
There he is.
happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We got people in the comments saying, Friday. Fry what? What are we frying? In fact, let's see here. We've got TJ Pruitt in the house with us. We got Mark Henderson in the house. He said, finally Friday. I think
Rob Davis,
you and
what's
Mark
up?
are on the same. Oh, where was he? What's
Finally
up,
Friday,
Rob?
yes.
Good to see you, sir. Thanks for being on the show. We've got Kayla Friday. Kiana saying good morning. Love the hats. Yes.
Thank you.
We're hat buddies. Actually, Brittany made these.
I did. I
logos.
have a new, I don't know, tool.
Yeah, some type of tool that does
It's a
things.
tool, but honestly, you know how like when you have a certain tool that's like meant for business or whatever, but it feels like a toy because it's just so fun.
Yeah,
That's kind of how.
that's her.
Yeah, I bought a laser engraver.
By the way, I have no stake, claim, access. Well, I do have access to our garage.
Yeah.
That is Brittany's office.
That was a mutual agreement.
It was. It is. It's fine. I've still got my man card. It's cool.
I built you this.
Yeah. Let's see here. Mark said, the week seems longer because I had 2 Wednesdays this week. Remember?
No.
You don't remember him? It was
Oh,
Tuesday.
that's right.
It was like,
yeah.
it was
Wacky Wednesday.
Wacky Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was wacky indeed.
Crazy. Awesome. Well, Martinez, how you feeling this morning, my man?
Super fantastic on a fantastic Friday.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so just excited about the weekend and more excited about the fact that I got through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday,
Yes.
So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But, that sounded kind of desperate. You don't ever just want to be getting through something,
I apologize for how that came across.
You want to be thriving.
Thriving, baby.
How you feeling? Barely making it.
But until then, I guess you fake it till you make it.
Right?
Fake it till you make it.
Man, so we've had a really good week. We've talked about teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
TJ said, I'd rather have Jason's office. I would kill myself in with Brittany's tools. Hey, what's up, TikTok? Good to see you all. Happy Friday.
He says, I love the camera switch. Did you switch
I
cameras?
did. I went, boop.
Why?
I don't know, just trying things. You know me. I just try things.
Oh, is that my good angle?
It was that. It was, hey, good morning. Good morning.
It's rather dark. We'll get some lamps.
Lamps. I love lamp. Yes, we've had great conversations about teamwork.
Absolutely.
And I think, just for me, I'm going to throw this out here just to not calibrate. What am I looking for? Not rehash. How about this? Sum it up.
Reiterate.
Sum up a few things. Yeah, Friday, we're dragging a little bit
Highlight.
Friday for whatever.
Highlight reel.
Highlight reel. It has been very refreshing to really have this sounds funny, but have a conversation about communication.
Yeah.
Like,
Can't talk about it enough.
can't talk about it enough. Because communication, man, I'm telling you, it's a make or break. It could literally make a good situation awful, and it could make a bad situation terrible. Mm-hmm. On the flip side, it can make a terrible situation great, and it could take a great situation and make it the best thing ever. Just how you talk to people.
Right. Exactly.
Matter of fact, men, when's the last time you just said the wrong thing? The wrong thing. Oh, I was like, you want me to say something?
No. It does look like that.
Go ahead, Jason. Actually, when's the last time I put my foot in my mouth with you?
I don't know.
I'm trying to. Oh, she's so sweet. She don't remember. She forgives and forgets.
No. I just
She
well,
goes in the sea of forgetfulness.
Yes. I'm a unicorn
But
woman.
casts it out when it's time and necessary.
Yeah, I don't know when you. Yeah.
I really don't either. I've been doing good here lately. Now I say things all the time, and it makes you laugh.
Well, yeah, and I will say too though, like even if we are in conflict, we always laugh. Not like condescending, but like if something happens that's funny in the middle of an argument, we're gonna laugh about it.
It's usually our saving grace.
We should never be so angry at each other that we can't recognize
Yeah.
humor. So, or better yet, we should never do something to the other person that would make us so mad that we can't recognize humor.
I think, okay, let's go back to the archives because we were young.
Yeah.
But we were in an argument one time, and you said something to me really quick and, jabby. And what was it? I looked at you, I said, oh, look at you using your words. Or something like that.
That is our saving grace. Yeah.
And as soon as that happened, you started busting out laughing.
I can be very harsh, and especially then. That was, what was that?
Y'all,
That was 10
you
years
don't
ago?
know a woman that
11
can
years
cut with
ago?
words like this one.
Yeah, I'd go for the jugular back then. It was bad. And it's a two-edged sword. I'm quick-witted.
You hit me, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm quick-witted, but I'm fast at the negative jabs. And so I said something. I don't know what it was. I'm sure it was condescending and rude, because a decade ago that was how I fought.
But it was funny.
But yeah, he looked at me, couldn't think of anything. He just, look at you and your words.
Your words. Ooh. Sticks and stones, girl.
Oh man, we laughed so hard at that. So yeah, to this day, if we feel things getting tense, like if somebody else is kind of in a little tiff and we notice it, we'll look at each other and be like, look at you and your words.
Yeah. TJ's got a great comment here. He said, on communication, my wife realized yesterday I was really tired. She brought home dinner and I did not. And I did most of everything she did most of everything last night to allow me to rest without me asking at all. Wow. Go Ashley.
Yes.
Go Ashley. Let's see here. TJ also said, Mark said, every day I say something. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Marilyn is super fast.
Can she get you, bro? Pow.
Oh man,
that's awesome.
We should only use our powers for good.
Absolutely.
Not evil.
Absolutely. Use it for those trying to inflict harm on you or trying to, whatever, sell you something you don't want.
Yeah. Here I am telling you to go easy on the car salesman. So I need to talk to him.
You need to talk to him. Absolutely. What about you, Martinez? What? Not necessarily on that, but like, what's been some takeaways for you this week?
Oh, I was still on the. When's the last time you said something?
Hey, I'll take that too, man. I always love a good story.
I can name that tune in two beats. You know, I mean, like, in other words, this morning about 5 minutes. Why aren't you here? Because you're here. You know, the baby is not strapped in. I'm like, well, you're here. I mean, I'm like, well, I just need to just shut up. I mean, so people can go to work happy. You know? Anyway, my big takeaway is I need to shut up. I need to keep my mouth shut. You know, decrease so that the Lord may increase.
Yeah.
But I think, communication is absolutely key when you're talking about creating, formidable, achievement-oriented, smooth-selling teams. Or, just the tone, what you say, how you say it, everything. It just matters so much. And, and it's like, it's not one size fits all. You can't have like the same tone in every occasion. And, you hear sometimes about military officers and drill sergeants. They talk the same way at home than they do at work.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, and of course, they say military and police officers have some of the highest divorce rates, and I maybe that's because they can't divest themselves from from work, and they're bringing that stuff at home, and it probably has a lot to do with tone and conversation and being demanding or whatever. But man, I think communication is absolutely everything, because with that tongue, you create, you present vision, you create expectations, you caress, it's the first sign of it leads in creating compassion with those around you, so that tongue, that conversation, that tone is everything.
Bro,
so
that's facts. That's facts. I think for I don't know, Brittany, what do you think? You think men struggle with tones more, or do you think ladies with their tones?
Sorry, I read the comments.
What do we have a comment?
We got a counseling sesh going on in the
Okay, hold on. All right, Billy said on the comment, he said, so yesterday I was cleaning the kitchen and my wife walks in and opens the trash can and grabs the bag out and heads for the door. I said, what's wrong? She turns and says, you said you were going to take out the trash, and did you do it? No, you just stuffed it down just like you do your emotions.
Oh, look at you.
He said, I did have permission to share. Okay, listen, I did apologize, and then I ate a snack.
Martinez said, here's what he said. She took the trash out, and he looked at her and goes, what's wrong? Because I'm assuming the way she took the trash out was probably noticeable. And he says, you said you were going to take the trash out, and did you do it? No, you just stuffed it down, just like you do your emotions.
That sounds like a fire ready to go ablaze.
Oh,
That's a bomb.
that's all. I dropped a bomb on there.
Oh, that's great.
Proceed with caution, Billy.
And change that dadgum trash.
Get it together. Get your life together over there.
Mark, make your bed. Billy, take out the trash. And Jason, shut up.
Oh, man. I'm crying a little. Man. I've been there.
Mark's laughing. He said, hilarious. Oh, man.
Oh, you just stuff it down.
Just like your emotion.
I tell you.
That's a reenactment.
If you came home with a freshly purchased trash compactor, it would be the greatest thing ever.
Oh, my God.
Since I'm such a professional at stuffing things, here's a compactor.
Gosh. But hey, Mark said, Martinez, just so you know, Mark's bed is not made, but it's because he's washing the sheets. Okay, does he get a pass today or no?
I don't know.
Did you know there was an article in Reader's Digest?
Pass over here.
There was an article in Reader's Digest that said that research shows that you should leave your bed unmade at least one day in between your washes. Something about the allowing it to breathe. I don't know. My mammal Joyce was telling me about that years ago, and I laughed. I was like, sounds like to me they're just trying to make you feel better about it. She said, I know, right? She said, so now anytime I don't feel...
To let it air out?
Yeah.
Like assuming that people are passing gas and trapping it in there?
I don't know. Something to do with, I don't know. But she said, I don't think there's any validity to it. She said, but if I don't feel like making my bed, I
point to that article.
I'm going to do that Reader's Digest thing.
What you didn't make your bed? I'm letting it air out.
Yeah,
I'm letting it air out.
Letting it breathe.
Dude, that's funny. What about you, Brittany Leanne?
Oh, wow, we're getting...
Wow, we went there.
Yeah, what about
what's been some takeaways on whether it's the communication side of teamwork, the what's your thoughts?
Well, I love the fact that we've shared Working Genius. I think that has been a huge bombshell of clarity in our lives, just about our strengths. And sometimes it's really hard to nail down your passions. Sometimes it's really hard to, you know what I mean? Like, what are you passionate about? And I could say I'm passionate about woodworking. Mm-hmm. And making signs, mm-hmm. And it's that doesn't help me on a team. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what are the things that I gravitate to in whatever it may be? Whatever business endeavor or team I'm on. So that was great. I love that we had the ability to share just that little bit of. I feel like that's been quite powerful. It's been great for us too, as we come to the table and we kind of. Goal plan and dream out our own personal goals that we're doing. We both know each other's strengths, Yeah. I really feel like I came to the table, if we're being transparent. I feel like when you and I would talk,
This is pre-genius. Pre-genius. This is before we were geniuses.
I would feel so I would kind of avoid having those conversations because I felt like I wasn't communicating properly. I was wondering, I was in the wondering thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was not a good thing. I thought that was a weakness of mine. And so I tried to suppress that all the time because you're not a wanderer and you're a galvanizer and you're go-getter. Let's get this done. So I think you and I both were letting our strengths kind of butt heads. And I think that clarity of even knowing what you were and understanding he's not thinking that wondering is not necessary. But I can't spend the whole conversation wondering and not allowing him to galvanize. You know, like, and so
I'm ready to talk to people and see, hey,
Yeah.
like.
But you came halfway too and was like, I understand that there's a necessity for
I did
dreaming.
I did.
But let's box that. Let's give it a box, not the whole meeting. And so that was key. Like that was huge. That was very powerful for us because I think we realized, hey, the things that we're strong, that it's important. It matters. It's what makes things. It's what makes the team better, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, but understanding each other's abilities and giving each other time to exercise those abilities, that was just incredible. That's
what
incredible.
I found out for me, just in that point of reference, is I do have to give you enough time to kind of pull whatever it is you're looking at in the clouds out of the clouds to actually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like based on what you've told me, I'm like, yeah, that's good. But you still hadn't had the chance to really pull it out and say, here,
Yeah.
try that. This is what I'm really thinking.
But being around you, like, they say when you're married, after so long, you take on each other's traits to a certain extent. And so being married to a galvanizer, being, working with a galvanizer for so long, I do, it does help me not just keep my head in the clouds, like that. I think I would have been the dreamer at all times. And age does that too, it's age does that. But I said that to my sisters. I was like, we gotta have somebody on the team that's going to get things going, whether it be a galvanizer, an enabler, or a tenacity. I said we've got to make sure we have somebody doing that because we're the creatives, and if we don't have that at the table, we're just going to sit here dreaming. Nothing's ever going to get done.
We should do like theme songs to each genius.
Yeah.
I totally know what the Wanderer would be.
What?
You know that really high-pitched guy that tip through the garden.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah. What?
That's what y'all are doing. You're kind of tiptoeing. Just kind of thinking and looking. And
I thought you were trying to sing that song to tell me who that guy was to set it up for another song.
No.
And I was like, boy, you were taking far too long. I get it.
No.
Yeah, that's who I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, man. But yeah, that's just my takeaway. The working genius thing was my favorite part of the week.
TJ knows everything. He's a Tiny Tim.
Yeah. Tony.
Oh, no. Oh, both of them coming
Yes.
in hot. I like it. Yeah, no, I do think that you have to get clear. Just bring it back. You got to know who you're working with.
Yeah, you do. That was so awesome, man. Do you remember when we all of my siblings, we gave them the test?
Oh yeah, we had basically a Livingston Children's extended, like the whole, we put everybody around
At
the
the table, and they all took the test, and that was so awesome because it was like we were able to kind of talk about each other's strengths, but that also brought to the table the things that would have been a point of tension, right? But because we knew each other's, that was each other's abilities, I think it became, knowledge is power in that.
Well, I tell you what it is. Number one, you know who you're working with, but number two, the people you work with know who they are, and now it kind of gives you some hooks, so to speak, to like get a hold and to gently lead them. Like for instance, you can kind of recognize when, okay, for example, if a wanderer needs to be pulled in and say, hey, let's take this and try it. Or if somebody that has tenacity is getting a little nasty and is just, leave me alone. I want to do what I want to do. And blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, you're still a team.
Yeah.
You still have to communicate. We still need to know how things are, you know what I'm saying? Because that's literally the spectrum of things. You've got, you know,
If you're tenacity and invention, you're just your own team. Just go.
you are.
go
You're,
away.
you're Elon Musk. You're Elon Musk. But like seriously, like it gives you those opportunities. And for instance, like enablement, it allows you to they're kind of the accountability people, right?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
hey,
that's
are we
Angelina
yeah,
for
are we
us.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, so when somebody checks in with you, it's like, calm down.
Yeah, yeah.
Calm down, queen. Calm down, drama man. Like, yeah.
Calm down, Queen. Calm down.
Drama man. Cat.
Yeah, no, but that's true. Angelina is an enabler at the table, and I personally, if I'm having to do a project, I'm gonna attach myself to her
Yeah.
because
sorry.
she's necessary for me.
She
Yeah.
is, and do not push back or offend your enablers.
Yeah.
Because that they are typically sweet natured, and so yes, they're trying to be encouraging and make sure things are. But if you keep snipping at them, you're gonna number one, you're either gonna make them mad and it's gonna be ugly, or they're gonna stop checking in, and now all of a sudden the team is not moving. Like, hey, I thought we had this. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the point. Well,
their strengths are already in an area that can look like a pest to the people that don't think it's important. And I don't think that does them a disservice, because
huge disservice.
They are what they are why the ball rolls.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think if people don't, if you don't recognize that and put them where they need, because personally it wouldn't function without an enabler.
Absolutely.
And, anybody with even tenacity, it's not going to function. And a galvanizer, it's not going to function unless you have one of those that get out and rally the people. Or it'll function, but we're all going to spin our wheels, and get tired. And I think that the core of burnout is probably lack of a galvanizer, because you're just doing it all yourself. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, each and every individual with their strengths is important at the table. Kayla had mentioned, everybody has a seat on the bus, from good to great. That was a great book.
I think we've got some enablers on here. Let's see here. Now Jim Collins says, from good to great, you can put people in the right seat when you know them. Kiana said, preach. Kiana, are you an enabler? Do you make sure things are getting done?
By the way, that's a good word.
That's a good word on this Working Genius. Yeah. TJ says, unless it's my wife, if you push back against me, I'll shut down. She's close enough to where it would probably be safer for me to shut down. Kayla says, as the enabler, if I get pushed back, I will stop, but I'll be there to help if things fail. And to your point, that creates burnout, because the people that do that,
they're always picking up the mess.
They're picking up the mess.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is they know it could easily be avoided.
Yeah.
Like, it's these conversations. Well, I talked about this 2 weeks ago. I sent a memo. I sent an email. I sent a text. I talked about this too, and here we are.
Yeah, and I think that causes an enabler to have to live on the defense.
Always.
And that also could be a way for them to be misinterpreted. What?
Did I do that?
I don't know. But anyways, I will say,
Just Urkeled that. Did I do that?
also to an enabler, because I've had to play that role before, and it is not my strength. But there is a little tweak there in terms of when you're pushing back. And this is something, Angelina, we've talked about. Sometimes acknowledging what you're doing is key. Hey, listen, I know this is being pushy, but I am just so invested in this project and in your creative ability. I want to get that out there as quick as we can.
Yeah.
So, I know this is our deadline, and so I just wanted to check in, see if we're good, we need to get this thing going because it's just great, you know. And so you're that goes back to communication. You're allowing your enablement, your ability to enable. You're kind of addressing it. I know that seems pushy, but it's necessary because what you have that we need is incredible.
Well, and I'll tell you this, and again, like the way I look at it, like, cause I work with a lot as a galvanizer. I work a lot with enablers, and like if to my best, I want to take care of these people because they are literally the ones that are converting and unifying the work. And I will tell you this, so number one, they need to be appreciated. But number two, everybody on the team that has an enabler, you need to exercise humility, extreme humility. So in other words, when they are tagging in with you, you just need to understand, and everyone on these comments are kind of affirming this, they know that this is an awkward conversation. It's not like they're there are sometimes they are checking in, but more often than not, they're checking in because they already know it's a rhetorical question. I know this isn't done, so I need to kind of check in, but this is awkward because you and I both know it's not done. And now I look like, right, the police, I'm policing you. But like when an enabler checks in with you, already know what it's about and have the humility to express your what's the word I'm looking for? Apologize.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I know I'm behind on this. And here's the key, make it easy. Like what the enabler's doing, they're trying to help you make a decision about the work you already committed to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They're trying to help you make a new commitment in order to make it more likely that you'll get that task done. And by the way, enablement doesn't just work with tenacity. It's literally the entire team, right? You know, hey, we needed to whatever. So you have to, well, I'll tell you this there's a book called Crucial Conversations. If there's anything I got out of that book, it's this. When you have to have a crucial conversation, number one, go into that conversation. It's actually two things. Know what you want out of the conversation, meaning I don't want to fight. Like this it's not about my emotions, about what does this conversation need to entail. Number two, I need to make sure I make this conversation safe. Yeah. It's not about making jabs. It's not about passive aggressive statements. It's, hey, just wanted to, check in. I'm looking at our deadline. It does look like we've got something to get accomplished here. Do you need any help with this? Is there anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are we at on that? Because sometimes it is necessary to hand something back up. I'm so sorry. I couldn't get this. I would rather you hand it up to be handed off than to hold on to it and literally die with it.
But this is not a working genius problem, or that wouldn't be. That's a communication thing. And so that's why it's so important. We didn't just call this week working genius or whatever. Like it's communication. It's to have teamwork. It's all of these elements. So it's like, just because you know your strengths doesn't mean, that's all you focus on, right? Like you have to focus on the way you communicate. And so, I think that's so important is how you, and when an enabler approaches me, I already know I have forgotten something down the line. You know what I'm saying? And then as they kind of bring that to the forefront, I'm very quick to show gratitude. Yeah. That's just my way of trying to keep them feeling good. Is I just want you to know I'm thankful for you. Thank you so much for reminding me. I forgot, and so I really appreciate it. However, there's something I cannot stand, and I'm thankful this is not on our team, but I've been on teams where this is, and I think it's probably a scarred enabler that has been, hit too many times. Oh,
okay. I was like,
so,
what does this mean? Okay, I'm with you.
Like when an enabler is like, hey, you remember when you said you were going to, we don't have anything like that. I mean, we've been sitting here waiting on it. So you said you're going to do it, and it's not here. Yeah. So one thing I can count on you to do is be late. You know what I'm saying? Like anything like that. Like when you use I don't. Yeah,
It's just toxicity.
It is
but that's
toxicity.
somebody that's hurt.
it is
That
somebody that's hurt.
someone
Exactly.
that-
And I
y'all
know,
messed up a long time ago.
dude. I know like full blown
long time
churches
ago.
that struggle with this because it's a lack of communication,
Mm-hmm.
and like it becomes the culture. It becomes the culture. Now I say churches because that's pretty much all I've known is church work, and so it's just it's so life killing because as a wanderer, as a discerner, first off, I discern this is going to go south really quick.
Right.
Secondly, not only I'll do my job pristinely, but I'll do it so that you look like a fool. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's going to make a wanderer.
It's passive aggressive activity.
It is.
Like
it's not
literally
even for the goal. It's to back at you. You know, and I'm just like, that's not life.
And that's where, like, to me, let me say this: there's a place for competition, but it ain't that.
Yeah.
When you are competing in a way that is causing a disruption or a division, right? That's where we're like, that ain't good.
No. Yeah. Exactly.
But if we're competing with our true enemy, who is outside of our team, whatever that enemy is, then we're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're high-fiving. We're there's teamwork. There's teamwork.
Keep the goal, keep the main goal, but always remember your atmosphere, your culture. What are you doing to your culture and in your team? And so for me, when there is a conflict, because inevitably there will be.
Yeah.
You got to hold on to that culture. I'm going to do this with peace. You have amazing abilities. You're coming to the table because you recognize things within those abilities. Let's appreciate and affirm each other and allow the atmosphere for you to do what you're good at.
Yeah.
And I'll do what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And together we're going to make this happen. You know, as opposed to just jabbing, because it's defense. It really is.
Yeah.
But there are a few people, listen to me, nobody in my life, I will say that safe, nobody in my life can I not be 100% transparent with about hurt. Like if I'm hurt, if something's happened and I'm hurt, instead of carrying that, every person that is within my life, right? I mean, the functionality of my life, I can express that is hurt. And I can feel safe about it. They're not going to they're going to show compassion over that because I do not allow somebody in my life that would use my hurt, and jab at me with it. You know what I mean? So it's one of those, you should be that way in your team too. Instead of carrying a scar from being knocked down, kind of address it. Hey, I don't want to come across this way and I feel kind of bad about, but we do have a deadline. And just be careful about that and don't carry on negativity.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was rambling or not.
No, I loved it.
Billy says, have you ever considered becoming a counselor or business consultant?
Uh-huh.
Have you?
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Who knows what?
Who knows?
Later
When's the
on
hour show start? Actually, we've thought about starting that in June. We really have. So not this week or next, but maybe the next. Like the first full week of June.
Today's the 45-minute show.
Of course, we're stretching it out there. What do you think, Martinez?
Real quick, I've heard we use the word competition. We've used it several times and trying to figure out where the best place to use it. But and obviously there's a right time and wrong time, but it's never obviously as it relates to marriage against to be used in terms of your spouse. But if anywhere competition needs to be used, it's within how I can better myself from what I did the day before, or as it relates to being a better husband or a better father, or achieving my own goals, whether it be finances, fitness, reading the Bible, prayer. There's a competition, I've established a baseline. How can I meet that every day? And when can I elevate? Competing within oneself to better oneself. That's probably the best place to use competition.
I love that.
You've hit something that I think is the more you say that, the more I think about this. I think no matter what, we are competitive. We are
Right.
built competitive, but we choose what games we play.
Ooh.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like we choose
Right.
what games we play. So if we're gonna play the game of better than you, better than my teammate, that's just a bad game to play.
Right.
And that's when
And
competition is
awful.
wrong. But if I'm gonna engage in the game of love, in the game of relationship, in the game of exactly.
Yeah.
We can't help that we're competitive to a certain extent, but we choose what game we play.
That's interesting. I like that. And Martinez, you're spot on. Like,
Yeah.
I tell you something. I think you and we're in the same camp of things in the term of we know that competition has a place because growing up playing sports, but kind of to that analogy, like, so even to this day, when I play pickup with all 10, like, so 5-on-5, but all 10 of them I know we're friends. But for the next 10 to 15 minutes, it's my 5 against your 5. And when it's done, it's done. And we're high-fiving, man, great game, da-da-da.
Right.
Even if there were some questionable calls, right? Even if there was a little bit of friction. But I'll tell you this, and to your point, Brittany, choose your game. Make sure you love the game that you're choosing.
Yeah.
See, I love the game so much, I wouldn't want anything to happen to where somebody doesn't want to keep playing. You know what? If y'all are going to be like this, I'll just go somewhere. Like, no, bro.
Yeah.
I'll give you the call because at the end of the day, winning or losing this game does not change my life. What's changing my life is being on the team.
Yeah.
And I think the game that we all need to play or aspire to play is the game to prefer our brother over ourselves. To prefer their development and to not at all risk or jeopardize that relationship, their peace for the sake of our own selfish gain.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, because
If we play the games we want to play, okay, yeah, sure, but this is the one game you better play and just never forsake, and that is preferring your brother over yourself.
Yeah.
Decreasing so that you may that God may increase. Because at the end of the day, it's about making people's lives better. It's about making, like, if Robbie marries me and I haven't bettered her life somehow, then it's just she drew the short straw. You know what I mean? Like it's my goal.
yeah.
And and Malachi should be born into a life where he's just struggling, and I don't watch what he eats, and he has chronic illnesses at 5 years of age,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I'm here to make his life better. Just like it kind of like in the image of our Father, he came that we might have life and make it and have it more abundantly. Well, that was him, but I'm kind of made in his likeness, and I take on his attributes. And so, and I just like, the games we play, the game you want to play. And I love your analogy, Brittany. And of course, that would preach. You could write a book on that. I mean, take your pick. You know what I mean? It's like, but I can tell you that
choose your games, not your battles.
Preferring our brother over ourselves.
Yeah.
Communicating with the right tone. Speaking with the right intention.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Well, think about it, Martinez. If you're thinking about your brother, making sure that your brother's needs are met, and your brother's thinking the same thought, I'm gonna put my brother's needs. Everybody's needs are being met. Everybody is being thought of, and so that, to me, that is that's key.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so
awesome.
everybody, it's in the marriage. If I'm making sure that Jason's taken care of, emotionally, and we're communicating, and then he's making sure I'm taken care of emotionally, and we're communicating, then everybody's needs are being met. So it's a win-win. What?
I've got to end the show, or
Yes.
you need to.
I do?
Sure, you're the
Okay,
best.
absolutely. Well, guys, thank you. Well, you go ahead and end it if you want. Love y'all. We are taking a break for Memorial Day.
Yes, TJ
We'll
brought
see
up a
you
good
Tuesday.
question. Great questions. Where can I buy your hat? Talk to Brittany. Good sportsmanship does go a long way. I agree completely. Truth, preferring others first, sacrifice. Eli had already hit to the fence 2 times. I bet he did, dude. I bet he's a rock star. But was called to bunt to move over to the game-winning run. See, that's awesome right there because it's about the game. It's
Yes.
about the reciprocity.
Yeah.
I was going to say reciprocity. Thinking about guns.
Reciprocation.
Reciprocation. Remember Grease too?
Oh,
Anyways, love y'all. Have a great day.
And Memorial Day
Memorial
weekend.
Day. We'll be out Monday, and then we'll be back Tuesday.
Yes.
At 8 a.m. Central Standard
Much love.
Time. Much love.